All right, so I want to go over the two types of SEO, search engine optimization, that we do at Top Click Joe, my agency, and also where we teach at Street-Level SEO Pros in our school group. So let me go over the two types we're doing. And it's not that we're doing two different SEOs. One SEO is for existing sites, and there's another SEO if we're building a brand new site. Even if you have an existing site and it doesn't rank, it's not doing very good, and you want to try to rank faster, we would probably try to talk to you about our version 3 SEO, because once we build the other website on a staging site, we can 301 direct all the juice that you had in your existing site over to the new one. And then, but we want to use the same URL. I'm rebuilding my website right now at Top Click Joe. And the reason for that is because I never really tried to rank my website. I have clients around the world. Now that I'm teaching street level SEO, I'm having to try to rank my site. I decided to build a brand new site, which will be close to 400 pages. When I'm done it, I'm going to show you what that looks like. All right. So both types of SEO are very, very similar when we're working on an existing site and we're building a new site. But I'm going to show you the differences right now. So let me share my screen. All right. So this is a street level SEO system. And this is where we work on an existing website. So you have an existing website. You can be a roofing company, you can be a hardwood floor finishing company, you can be a carpet cleaner. It does not matter what you are. The first thing we do when we get a new client, and this is for you to do to your own website if you're watching this, you need to audit your website. You need to see, where are you ranking right now? Where are you missing? And did you lose ranking from the last update? Google had an update in March, April, May, and June. And these were huge updates. It's the whole reason I'm teaching this class, is because of these updates. And it's the same reasoning. The reason why I'm starting a version 3 for new websites, because of these updates. And the updates are a lot about thin content, about using duplicate pages. And what I mean by that, you have like a template. And we have a client that has over 1,000 pages on his website. About 100 of those pages are simply like neighborhoods in all of his areas, okay? And so there's over 100 of these pages, and every one of them look the same. The only difference they're all one paragraph, they're all the same template. The only difference is the name of the neighborhood. That's it. Everything else is pretty much the same. So it didn't really change. There's a lot of duplication going on. So there's thin content that's going to get hit because of the new updates from Google. There's duplicate content that's going to get hit. And there's the template looks the same on every page. There's no difference. And so that's going to get hit. And all of these things combined is going to hurt our client. So we're building him a new website because of that. It would have been way too much work to go into a website that's 1,036 pages and try to figure out everything that's wrong. No matter how many audits you do and no matter what people tell you, I can do 10 audits and everyone comes back different. So audits, it's, you got to get into the website and you got to look at the pages and you got to really understand what it looks like. So we built out this system called Street Level SEO. And the reason I call it street level is we're trying to rank you, not just in your city, but on every corner. And there's a way we do this. Let me show you. You bring your site to us, or you're in my school class and you're watching the videos on how to do this. Basically, we have a power link matrix at the bottom, which is our, think of it as a pillar that holds everything up. Think of it as a pillar made of rock, not of sand. So the way this works, and the way you should be doing SEO if you have an existing site, go to your Google Business Profile. Look at your Google Business Profile. In fact, let me open up mine real quick and show you what I mean so I can give you a way better idea. I'm on another screen. I'm just going to go in. I'm going to pull it over. I'm going to open my services. Let me pull this over so you can see what I mean. So this is my Google Business Profile. I'm in edit services right here. This is a category. These are services under that category. This is an additional category, marketing agency, services under that, website designers, services, and advertising agency, services under that. So when you look at this, this is me. Internet marketing services, my primary category. It's linking up to my Google Business Profile. In my Google Business Profile, I just showed you I have internet marketing service as a primary category. So Google sees that mirror effect now. All the services that were under my Google Business Profile internet marketing service category are all the services I showed you. I have basically 14 services here. I have a total of 48 services. I didn't put them all here because it wouldn't fit. So now I have my category pages. It's 99% of all websites do not even have category pages. They might call this a service, but you have a category with services under it, and you should be mirroring it just like I'm showing you. So now these are all going to link, all the services under internet marketing service are going to link to the internet marketing service category. All my services, SEO, Google Business Profile Management, pillar page build out, all this kind of stuff is going to link into this. Same with marketing agency, advertising agency, website design, categories. So these are all very highly targeted, linking perfectly. We're linking our categories to our Google Business Profile. We're linking all of our services to our categories. We're linking our locations to our categories linking up to the Google Business Profile. So see what I'm showing you? Everything's linking to that Google Business Profile because that's where you want to be. You want to be in those maps. All right, let's keep moving on. So then we have our locations. I have 20 locations. Within an hour and a half of my Fort Collins is my main location. Fort Collins is my highest location population, also 171,000. Loveland has like 83,000. Windsor has around 100, and not Windsor. Loveland has 82,000, 83,000. Longmont has around 100,000, and so does Greeley. Those are my main big areas. I'm going to show you the difference when I get to version 3 and what I changed. So these are all my locations within an hour and a half of my location. Now, Google says you can go about 2 hours away from your main location, where your office is, where your Google Business Profile address is. I try to keep things under the max because I don't want to go to the max. I want to go under it. And actually, if you look at all my locations, I can get to any of these within an hour and 15 minutes. All right. So there's that. Now, something a lot of companies are not doing for SEO, what they are doing is they're building blogs and thinking that's going to get them to number 1. That's not all you need to do. So we have people also ask pages. We have neighborhood pages. We have points of interest. Those are different. A point of interest would be for Fort Collins. CSU College is a very big point of interest here. It increases our population by close to 40,000 people every year when school starts. That's a big, big number. So that is a big point of interest because we're known as after high school, these young people come to college, and for veterinary medicine, it's one of the top in the world, veterinary medicine. In fact, we brought our dog here like 10 years ago because they're so good at what they do for veterinary medicine. So it's a very big point of interest. We have big neighborhoods. We have great neighborhoods. I mean, think of Old Town in Fort Collins. Old Town is so famous. Disney World in Florida built a whole town that looked just like our downtown, like our Old Town. All right. So these are big because these neighborhoods and these points of interest all can link up to your locations to build your locations up now. All right. Because you got to give it a little more context. Sure, you can write about Fort Collins, Colorado, and put all the neighborhoods in there. But then you're going to have a little paragraph of each. Instead of having full pages on the neighborhood and points of interest that link up to Fort Collins. So all you're really talking about is Fort Collins and the location. You're talking about the neighborhoods here, down here on the helper pages. Blogs can link to anything, as you know, all right? Google Business Profile post. So as I'm making a post and I have an internet marketing service category and I have SEO as a service under that, I'm going to create a post that links to my SEO service page, to my Google Business Profile management page. I'm going to show Google we're active. I'm going to actively do stuff. And Google Business Profile is a whole nother video, how you take care of that with the right types of photos, the right types of posts that you're doing. Make everything count. All right. Then we have Facebook posts, we have YouTube videos, we have TikTok videos, all talking about something that we might be linking up here. Then we tie it all together with our PowerLink matrix down here, and it starts, we're looking at a keyword. Let's say I'm going after SEO, search engine optimization. We would do a PowerLink matrix really targeting that keyword, a little much broader than just SEO, linking up to that. All right, so we're pushing that up really hard. Now, I told you I was going to show you the other way we're doing things now, and let me just pull that up right here. All right. So this is version 3 of our system now. You cannot use this version if you are working on an existing site because it's not going to work. There's too much work that has to be done. It would take you forever to try to create this. So it's much easier if you're going to build a new site. This is for people that aren't ranking and they just want this advantage. And this is also for people that, I'm a newer business. I have the money to do something like this. I want to kick ass on all my competition out of the gate. I will tell you now, I teach this for $27 a month. This is called a silo. We charge $18,500 to create a silo. And I will tell you that this silo of mine has 106 pages. That's one silo. These are silos, the way it links down. You've seen that. I'm sure you've heard of silos. But so think of this. My home page has links down to my PowerLink matrix silo right here, which this links to everything down here, everything. The difference in doing it version 2, like I just showed you, we're going after keywords and we're trying to get you to rank for this certain keyword. Here, we're trying to get your website to rank for everything. And it's much different than what we're doing with existing sites because this is easier to do when you're building something new. So let me just go through this. I'm working on my website right now. I'm rebuilding my whole website, Top with Joe, because I want to test this new version. And by the way, this is not just from me. I brought my idea to some of the top SEO people in the world. I have one of my employees has 15 years experience in search engine optimization, like local SEO. And so he's extremely smart. And so I know we're on the right path, but it looks the same in structure in a lot of this, but the difference is these PowerLink matrices are the guiding light to all of this. Our homepage links to this. This links down to everything. Everything links back to it. So if I was to put my homepage in Google Search Console, Google can look at this page. I can try to index it. And if they follow the link here, this links to everything. So they'll be able to see my whole silo, my whole website once I get it done. I've gotten this silo done and I've gotten website designer done. I skipped these two. I'm doing these next week. Marketing agency, advertising agency. So how does it work? So we have a internet marketing service silo matrix right here, okay? We actually build this page last when we build. So I start with my internet marketing service category page, just like in version 2. We build this out so it's related to my Google Business Profile. All right, then we build out, these are the different categories. Now we build our services that are listed under each category, just like version 2. All right. So now we're building all this. Then this is something that's new now. Let me make this a little bigger. This is our category city pages. In version 2, when we're working on an existing site, because how existing sites are built, in version 2, we are not, our location pages are basically category city pages. In version 3, I'm only doing it on the hot, like here, 171,000, 116,000, 103, and 82.5, like I was telling you. So I'm only building it in my top 4 to 5 locations that are above 50,000 population. Every one of these down here is below it. In fact, the only reason I have it in there is within my hour and 15 minutes, so I threw it in. It has a population of 500 people right here. This 500 people. Nothing's ever going to happen there, but I threw it in because I like even numbers, and everything else was too far away from my main location to be comfortable with. Sure, I can go after Boulder. Sure, I can go after other places, but that's something that's outside of what I'm teaching in local SEO. When we talk local, we're talking about this circumference around your main location of up to an hour and a half away in all 360 degrees from your main location. So these category city pages talk about the category, internet marketing service, marketing agency, website designer, advertising agency, and then the city, Fort Collins, Loveland, Greeley, Longmont. In version 2, we're doing that on all the locations. In version 3, we're not. We're building up our big population first, and then we'll worry about everything underneath that, right? So because my main population for local businesses, these 4 right here, right around me. All right, so that's different, because we're only doing the higher populations. We're still building out location pages. The difference in this on version 3 and version 2 is, like I said, we're only talking about the location on these lower population cities around me, instead of talking about the category and the service. All right, then we're building out our helper pages. Same thing. We're building out 5 people also ask pages. We're building out 5 neighborhood pages. We're building out 5 points of interest pages, and we're linking to each of these. Okay, so by the time I get done, I have 60 pages on helper pages linking up to our the neighborhood one, and the point of interest is, of course, our locations, right? Our PAAs could be anything. People also ask questions, can be anything you want it to be. Let me give you an example real quick. Let me just pull this over right here, and let me show you what I mean by that. I'm going to do a search for, how about how to how to refinish hardwood floors yourself? So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to see there's people also ask right here. So these people also ask questions are what people on the internet, on Google search, are asking right now. So when we're building these up, we're building them related to what people are asking right now. We're not copying, we're not duplicating the content. We're asking the same question and we're giving the same answer, but in a different way. How much does it cost to refinish 1,000 square foot of hardwood floor? Professional cost for 1,000 square foot is $3,000 to $8,000. Wow, that's a big difference, isn't it? $3 to $8 per square foot, full sand stain and top coat. I can tell you, because I have a lot of clients that do this, people that are doing it for $3 a square foot. Maybe that works if you're selling your house, because it might last 6 months. They're using very cheap products. Okay, so that's just my take on it. Now watch what happens. As soon as I open that, I have more. See, Ken, I use Dawn dish soap to wash my hardwood floors. Watch, I'll do it again. Now look, there's more. Down here, there's 2 more. So it's infinity almost. But remember, the further down you go, the less popular the questions. The higher up you are, That's what people are asking right now. So we'll take these. People also ask questions, and we'll put them into a bot I built that you can change it yourself, or you can just go to AI. I just happen to build a bot that takes the whole thing, changes the question around so it's not duplicate, changes the answer so it's not duplicate, and we throw it on our website then. And the reason that works so well is because it's questions people are asking right now. That's why it works so well. So that is really important that you understand that. And by the way, you want to get found in ChatGPT. Two of my recent clients found me in ChatGPT because of this one thing I'm showing you right now that people also ask. Those are the things that get picked up in AI. And there's more to it than that. There's a lot more going on here, but that's a big thing that you can be doing that you're probably not doing. We all make FAQs, right? And FAQs about, we're trying to like say a few more things. You know, I'm open 8 to 5. I do this, I do that. Those are not the things that are necessarily going to get picked up by AI. And usually, and here's where you got to stop the way you're thinking. Why would I tell somebody, why would I show somebody how to refinish their hardwood floor? Because that is one of the top how-to questions. If you don't believe me, are the biggest searches around. Go to YouTube. Why do you go to YouTube? You go to YouTube to learn how to do something. It's how-to questions. Those how-to questions, sure, you can have an FAQ section talking about your hours, talking about what you do. But you can also have a section of people also ask questions that's going to help you rank. So you don't need to be thinking that I'm not going to teach my competitors how to do this thing, because if that was true, I make $18,500 to build one silo. I don't make that. It takes a lot of work, and believe me, by the time you get into my class and see what it takes, most people will never do it. It's too much work. This is 5 people, 3 or 4 months, 8 hours a day to build these things out. This is not a simple deal, but I do believe this is going to kill anything. This is going to get you to the top of Google. It's going to not affect you when Google has updates because it's so well organized and it's such clean SEO that you gotta rank. There's no way you can't. And I didn't just come up with this in my own little brain. I talked to someone. I'm in a lot of groups. I'm in some of the top groups in the world. And I know when I bring things back and forth, if I'm on the right track. So there's a difference in how this works. But now you see the face value of this when we look at this. When we're looking at this graph right here, right? You see all this and it's like, wow, look at all the stuff they're building. Every one of these pages have proper schema code behind it. That's what Google reads to understand your website. And so in our class, we teach proper schema code. We even teach you how to verify it online to make sure your schema is good. Schema code is what Google reads. Google doesn't read your page like a human does. They look at that code. And I can't tell you how many audits I've done where websites don't even have schema code on the back end. So it's going to be easy to beat them. Okay. So the way we do things is like this. If you're going to build a new website, this is a great way to do it. I'm not going to try to sell you on my school group. It's Street-Level SEO Pros. If you want to go look it up, you want to join, great. $27. I'm teaching what I'm charging big bucks for. I'm also teaching you what I'm charging for basic street-level SEO, like when we do websites that are already up and live and they got some ranking. We're not going to try to move those to a new site at that point because it's already got ranking. If it barely has any ranking, if they can afford that service over here, or if they want to join my class and do it themselves, this is going to be a big help. I wanted to show you one more thing before I end this. I want to show you, give me 1 second here, I'm sorry. Let me go to this. You need to see what it looks like in the back end as you're building all this stuff. And I'm just going to bring you over to it right now. Okay, let me bring this page over. This is my Google Doc for all the pages I'm building, okay? These are prompts that I built, all right? But in here, if I go to Top Click Joe, I have all these little folders. This is advertising agency. This is internet marketing service. These are my categories. This is marketing agency and website designer. So if I go into any of these, let's just go into internet marketing service. They're all the same. So in my category, when I build the page, I'm starting to build out my website. I have a blog that I'm writing for the category city page. I only do this for the category city right now because of the way the category city pages are built. And if you join my class, you'll understand why. There's two. I would have to talk another hour about this, but I have a keyword cluster that I build first. So we build a keyword cluster, and there's a reason why we do this. I want my team to know what each keyword's for, what it is, and what's the intent, right? Primary keyword, word order variant, agency form variant. So I show my team all of this stuff as they're building out a page. So they know what it's for, they know why it's there, okay? So we have those pages. And then we have the actual draft. When I say we're building out, like I built it, this is 106 pages just in the internet marketing service. This is my meta description stuff, and this is the page. Now this page is just a bunch of text with a schema code at the bottom. So my team comes in, they have to go in and they have to look at it. They have to make sure the English is good. They have to make sure everything matches the way it needs to be. There's commas where they need to be. There's periods, there's colons, there's hyphens, anything that needs to happen, it gets done first, and then it goes to the next division of my company. And what I'm teaching in my classes, I'm showing you how to be all hats because you can't afford it, so you're going to learn it. So there's a lot to this when you build out silos. We do not build websites. We build silo engines that if you're in my area, like Fort Collins area and around here, Loveland, Longmont, I'm protecting my clients from people in Denver coming up to steal the work. The big companies in Denver, Colorado are always trying to steal work from the little guy. So what this is going to do is going to push that big guy out and let the little guy win. So that's what we're doing there. So let me come back. So I think you have a good idea of the two versions, my version 2 when we work on existing sites, and version 3 if I'm going to build a brand new website. And if you're going to do this, make sure you have something. Like I use Google Docs, I use Google Drive, and I make folders and docs, and everything is organized. So my people have access to it. They go in and they see it. When they read something and they finish it and they say it's good to go on to the next team, which would be the graphic arts team, because we put all of our photos in. By the way, don't use stock photos, use company photos. That's what Google's looking for. Remember, there's a bunch of updates that just happened. Stop using stock photos. Pray that your competitors are using stock photos so you can beat them. Use your uniforms. Use something that has your uniform name on it. Google can read that. They can see that this is a real photo. And longitude, latitude is important. All that stuff is important, that you're in different areas in your city so you can start ranking. As you get reviews from people in your area, you're a hardwood floor refinishing company. Ask them to say, hey, Bob did a screen and recoat on my house because Bob did a screen and recoat. Name the service and try to get them to name the neighborhood they live in, because that is going to help you rank also now. So for instance, I have a client in Greeley and they're an HVAC company. And when they gave me a review, it was for not only for Greeley, Colorado, they named out what the service is. I'm doing marketing. And they also named their neighborhood, like on 31st Street, something like that. And then when you write your reply, always reply. Try to reply that first day, good or bad, you got to reply. All right. And so reply saying we enjoy working off of 31st with clients. Well, I'm not a service business that goes out there and does HVAC, but I basically said that I love working with HVAC companies. I didn't have one in Greeley, Colorado. See, I'm naming the city. You know, and by the way, I love 31st Avenue. And I'll look up like a restaurant in that area and say, I love eating at Bojangles on 31st Street in Greeley, Colorado. Like where you're located. I bet you love eating there too. Something like that. So you're replying to what they said about a neighborhood. That's going to help you also in maps. All right. Thanks for watching. This was a pretty big overview of what we're doing here and what you need to be doing in your company. And if you want to get on a Zoom and talk shop, I'm always happy to do that. In the first comment, I will leave a link to my school group in case you're interested, a link to my website if you want to look at what that's looking like. That's my old website. My new website's getting built right now. I just showed you the the raw draft pages. I showed you some of them. I actually have 209 pages because I did 2 silos. All right, and then we can talk shop and get into the weeds on that too. Have a great day. Thank you so much.